Hello. Thank you again for joining me for another episode, another video. This one's going to be sort of a rant, I would say. Mm, it's off of the recent news that we're going to see Jorge Masvidal versus Kamaru Usman. And and also all the indications that Poirier McGregor is going to happen as well. So these two things that are look like they're happening. Um, it's upsetting to me. I'm upset. Now, I'll say why. And it's not really a big deal for me personally. But I've been a fan of the Ultimate Fighting Championship for a long time. I've been watching them before Dana White was involved. I was there from the start, you know. And now it's turned into a sport where that's very big, that's a very mainstream in a sense. That's tapped into the mainstream to a degree. Um, and so what we're seeing is, I'll tell you what we're seeing. We're not seeing the best fighters fighting the best fighters anymore. We do see that sometimes, but what we're starting to see a lot of is a couple, or what we're starting to see more and more nowadays is fights that aren't the best fighter versus the best fighter. It is the best, um, how would you say, money generator. Like two people combined would generate a good amount of money. The combination of these two people. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing drama. Uh, we're seeing the marketing of drama, essentially. Why is Jorge Masvidal fighting Kamaru Usman? Jorge Masvidal just lost against Kamaru Usman. Why does Jorge Masvidal deserve a title shot again right after he lost? Did he almost win? He lost all the rounds, right? Although if you watch the fight, you could see that Masvidal was very competitive in that fight, and he really gave a good effort. Although he was outclassed, outmatched, outskilled, out everything by Kamaru. And so you're saying a full camp. The argument I think here is that if Jorge had a full camp, he would do better against Kamaru. So this is a big if. That's the basis for this fight. Um, yeah, I don't like it. I think Kamaru should go up against someone like, I don't know, Wonder Boy maybe, Leon Edwards. These are some of the best people coming off of wins within their division. Um, but Jorge just lost. I mean, when in the hell does a loss get you a title shot? And the reason why it's the same thing with Conor. It's not a title shot, but a rematch with the um, unofficial fans champion Dustin Poirier. I mean, there's no reason to have that fight. Honestly, it wasn't a close fight. I don't know people who argue that it was. I mean, Connor landed his biggest shots, and it didn't finish Poirier. So I don't think we're gonna see much different from Connor Poirier two, three, sorry. If that it probably will happen, but it's the same, right? You're not seeing Poirier versus who is certainly one of the best in the division versus another one of the best, maybe Chandler. maybe Oliveira. We're not seeing that because someone up there, someone in the UFC, thinks there's more money to be made somewhere else. It's all about money, I guess, right? The thing that's annoying to me is that, these fights, they can happen in the future. Jorge Masvidal versus Kamaru Usman too, that could happen in the future. Why not, right? I mean, why does it have to happen right now? Why can't we, keep the integrity of the sport intact and give Kamaru someone else, right? If we look at the division, just real quick here, there's Covington, you know, there's a lot of people. Leon Edwards, like I said, there's Wonder Boy. All of these people would be a good fight for Kamaru. Excuse me. Um, Li Jingliang, he's not bad, but I don't think he's ready for Kamaru. Um, but yeah, you got these three options here. Covington too. He just won against Woodley. That would be a good fight against Usman because he came off of a win and he's ranked number two. Jorge just came off of a loss and he's ranked number four. Why is he fighting Kamaru? Because he sells tickets. It's like I get it, man, but I don't know how many people appreciate my point of view here. As someone, even if I remove the fact that I am a martial artist and I train, I wouldn't like this because even as someone who appreciates fighting before, I would have thought the same thing. Like, why is Jorge fighting Kamaru again? It wouldn't make sense to me. So I wonder if people kind of appreciate or not appreciate, sort of can relate to what I'm saying here. That I want to see the best people fighting the best people, and it's like I feel like the business element of the UFC is so desperate to set up these big money fights that have this drama element in them that they're not waiting for it to happen naturally. I mean, dude, let Jorge beat, I don't know, Gilbert Burns first. And if he does, let it go against Kamaru. That makes sense to me. There's the drama element. And the thing is, Jorge would be coming off of a win against someone really good, and it would bring him up closer to that ranking where it makes more sense. But now it just doesn't to me. It just doesn't. Um, so there it is. I guess to sum everything up, there's a lot of ranting in this video. I don't know if um, I mean, what I'm trying to say, and I'll sum it up in a sentence here, is that I don't want the sport to become, the most marketable fighters fighting because of a backstory all the time as a main event. I want it to be where you see people in the top of the division fighting because they've earned it by ranking. And, whether you're famous or not, whether you have a big social media following or not, it should be yours if you've earned it in the sport. The opportunity should be yours, whether you have an Instagram page or not. But that's not the case here. And it's not even that big a secret, like people talk about it. Chael Sonnen is someone who talks a lot about this whole kind of WWE-esque element to UFC now. So, I don't hate the drama. I love it actually. Like when it makes sense, when it all lines up, meaning the backstory is there, but the fight happened really because these two fighters met in a legitimate way and they're clashing now for that rank, for that belt, for whatever. That's what I want to see. And I just feel, I guess to sum it up, and it's more than a sentence, obviously, but Is I want to see the sport stay in that sort of thing where you wouldn't even imagine the UFC putting up a fight like that because you know they have those standards. Like you're not at that level. You know, you lost. So you can't fight the champion. We have to have those kind of standards. So when you see Jorge Masvidal versus Kamaru Usman, we're gonna see a title fight for the best in the division versus I don't know what his ranking is really in skill. He's ranked number four officially, Jorge Masvidal, but he's not the best in the division. He's not. He's maybe second, third, fourth best. I don't know, fifth best, but he's not. Like a lot of people below him in ranking can whoop his ass easily. So yeah, it's like seeing Canelo. For me, it's almost like seeing Canelo fight someone you've never heard of and beat him in the fourth round easily. It's like that kind of fight. Like you already know what's gonna happen. It's not that big a deal. Um, no, I'm not really gonna be so excited to see because Kamara's gonna beat his ass just like he did the first time recently, and we're gonna see that again. And there's gonna be this whole like dramatic weigh-in and build up to the fight that's gonna make the UFC money, blah blah blah. Maybe attract some casuals in, attract some people who don't follow the sport and turn them into casuals. Whatever, man. I see what's going on here, but I don't like it. And hopefully, we see the UFC moving more towards that integrate integrity based, like merit based system where you see the best fighters fighting the best fighters. Um, yeah, because if I was Leon Edwards right now, I'd be so annoyed, right? I'm ranked number fifth. I can't get a title shot. I have one of the biggest win streaks in the division ever, but a notable one in the whole sport, right? 9 fights. How many people are on a 9 fight win streak right now? Not many. So, um, he's probably pissed because, um, he got that no contest recently. He's at the top of his game. He should be fighting Kamaru, but someone else does because he's got that backstory. Because he's like that, he's got that personality, he's got that following. It's gonna be in Florida, back with people. Like it's the backstory. He doesn't fit into the backstory that Dana wants. Uh, so great. I mean, look, I'm still gonna watch the fight. I'm still gonna. I'm still gonna. I mean, it's a great card. UFC 260 is it? 261. I'm gonna enjoy the fight for sure, but it's not gonna be. Um, yeah, look at that. Kamaru Usman, Jorge Masvidal, Shevchenko versus Jessica Andrade, Weili Zhang versus Rose Namajunas, Anthony Smith versus Jim Crute. Oh wow, didn't even know that one was there. But wow, that's a good card, man. So either way, look, it's one fight in an amazing card. I'm gonna stay up for this one. I'm gonna cover it pretty well. I'm gonna do a fight cast for it, just as I'm gonna do one for the next UFC 260. But yeah, tell me if you agree with my point of view about these fights. Kamaru fighting Jorge Masvidal next, uh, Dustin Poirier doing a rematch with Conor, obviously for the money next, and whatever other fights that you see that are similar, that you see maybe one of the top fighters fighting someone they have drama with in the past, and it's not, and they're skipping a few people who might have earned it through fights. I'm sure there are other situations like that I'm not mentioning, but you know, how do you feel about that? Put it in the comments. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Yeah, more videos to come, guys. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.